How would you like to learn how to serve and volley effortlessly and efficiently? Well, the only way you can do that is if you practice it. Hi, this is Jeff Salzenstein, founder of Tennis Evolution, former top 100 ATP pro. And I got a question from a subscriber basically saying, how can I practice my serve and volley? And here's my beginning answer. And we're going to show you a big key to my success with the serve and volley that maybe you haven't thought of before. Now, the challenge with practicing serve and volley and getting very good at it is really the only way you can practice it is when you play matches. And if you're a competitor like I am, it's difficult to practice serve and volley, especially if it's not a skill that you're comfortable with, and still find ways to win. You can't really just practice it in a practice session unless you have a partner on the other side of the net willing to feed you balls so that you can work on it. And that's hard for a lot of you out there. You might not have a coach or someone that can feed you balls to work on your serve and volley. And then when you compete, you're not getting the reps, because what if you hit one serve and then the return doesn't come back, so you didn't practice it there, and then you hit another serve and the return comes back and you hit one volley and they miss the passing shot. Maybe over the course of a set you only hit 5 volleys when you serve and volley, so you're not getting enough repetition. So this is what I suggest that you do. I suggest that you shadow stroke serve and volley and really start to learn the movements and the concepts. And I want to take you through a serve and volley shadow stroke session, the way that I would practice it, the way that I did practice it, the way that it helped me and can help other players. Now, most players are not going to spend the time on this. So if you're not committed or passionate about learning serve and volley, don't even bother. But for those of you out there that really want to learn how to serve and volley, this is a great place to start. So here's what I'm looking for. You can shadow stroke a serve, and then when you come out of it, you practice your split, and then you move to the volley. Okay, I see a lot of problems with that movement. Even when I ask players to serve and volley, I see some mistakes being made. So let me point those out and let me clear them up for you. When you come out of the serve, you want to make sure you take 1, 2, maybe 3 steps before you split. Because I have long legs and I have a little power behind me still, usually I can land and take 2 steps and split. So I'll land, 1, 2, 3, and then I split. What I see from a lot of players, the mistake is I see a lot of steps. We want bigger strides. Okay, so watch this one. Come out of it. So you notice when I came out of the serve, I was a little bit lower when I came out of the serve. So when I'm lower, then I can take bigger steps like that. There's a common concept that you want to try to split step by the service line. Actually, what I like to teach is that you can split step somewhere back in here, but by the time you hit the volley, you're inside the service line. So I'm not concerned with hurrying and splitting at the service line. You can split back here, you just want to make sure you explode after the split. And this is the second part, the second problem that I see. Other than taking a lot of steps right away, what I see is players coming out of that movement and splitting and stopping. Okay, some of you out there might not even have a split step. I hear that in other instructional videos that coaches are saying, make sure you split step. I've seen the opposite issue. I've seen players come out, stop, and then start again. So I want a continuous flow. So I actually want to call it a split and move instead of a split step. Split and move, because I want the move to be a part of it. So watch how I move through this split. I'm going to glide through the split. So I don't know if you noticed it, but both feet did not hit the ground at the same time. I did not come through and stop and then start back up again. I actually came down like a 1-2, and then I kept moving. So one big concept is I'm always focusing on getting to a spot after I split. Many players are just focusing on splitting, and then they start their momentum back up again. We don't want that. We want a continuous movement. We want a continuous flow. So I might get in trouble for this, but I would rather have a player not split and move to the ball, then to split and stop. Now, of course, I would prefer a split and a move through it, but if you're going to split and stop, or you're going to just keep moving without a split step, I'll take the person that moves all day long because they have the momentum going towards the ball. Sure, that creates the problem of reactions, but I'll take my chances with the player moving through it than just stopping and then having to start back up again. So, we're taking our big strides after the serve, we're splitting and moving, and then we have to go to the ball. So this is how you can practice it. And so you'll notice I was able to make contact with that volley inside the service line. I'll do it again to the backhand side. Notice the rhythm here. A couple steps after I land, the split and move, I go to the volley. And then after I hit the volley, what did you notice that I did? So I made my split, and then I keep moving to my spot afterwards. I hit the forehand volley, I move to the spot. See how I hold the finish? I don't hit the volley and put my racket right away like this. I really keep my racket in position as I move to my spot. If I hit to that corner, I'm going to cover the line. If I hit to that corner, I'm going to cover the line. But the big theme that I want you to practice is to be continuous with your movement and to keep moving after you hit the shot or after you split. No stopping. The problems I see again, little choppy steps, split step and stop, lots of steps after, a volley and a stop and watching. What's the opposite? Bigger strides, split and move, big strides here, volley, move to the spot afterwards. Continuous movement. It's all about developing rhythm and timing and flow. And one way you can do it is if you practice it on your own, start to get the feel. You get the one volley down, you could practice a second volley, an angle volley. You could go back for an overhead and then move forward for a volley. You could start making up combinations. But let's get this rhythm down and let's move the right way. Let's not move with the little choppy steps anymore. Let's not stop on your split step and stop and slow and stop all of your momentum. Let's keep moving through it. Let's hit a volley and then keep moving after the volley to your spot. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson on serve and volley. Shadow stroking the serve and volley, helping you understand that rhythm moving forward. Practice it on your own time without a ball. This is tough stuff. This is not easy if you haven't practiced movement skills before, but this is the thing that can keep getting you to the next level. And I'm passionate about helping you guys. If you enjoyed the lesson today, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy the lesson, that's okay too. Make sure that you turn your notifications on so you can find out when we release the next lesson. Also, subscribe to the channel, pass it on to other folks that love tennis. We are passionate about helping you guys over at Tennis Evolution. If you want more free tips, you can click somewhere in this video or click the link in the description below. When you do that, you'll get sent to another page where we can continue to help you. Thanks so much for your time today. We'll see you at the next lesson.